us, protect us, especially when we're on our way home, near and far. But most of all, we want to pray for those that are struggling, that are homeless, struggling with addictions, that are sick, that are ill, that we can think of them in a good way. But most of all, we want to continue to pray for our elders, our people of wisdom, spirituality, and knowledge, that they can continue to teach us our language, but most of all, our sacred ceremonial ways of life through song, dance, and prayers. I want to say to those that brought us here together this evening, I want to say thank you in a good way. This is our way, Heavenly Father, to be as one, to come together. And I continue to pray for each and every one of us, near and far, but most of all, for the funeral that's happening with her, as they're going to lay her down to rest. You know, may Heavenly Pike journey well and be accepted in open arms, but most of all, to us that are in mourning, may you give us strength and comfort to continue life the way life is meant to be happy, to be healthy, but most of all, to be loving. May we continue to help one another. I humbly say this to you, Creator, in a good way, I hope. Thank you.
I have a tripod if you want it.
I got one too.
Okay.
You hold that?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tiffany Harone. I am the Executive Director for the Coalition of Stop Violence Against Native Women. And we're here today to honor Emily Pike. This wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for a community member from the Pueblo of Jemez. Her name is Bonita, and she's going to be one of our speakers this evening. Bonita reached out to the Indian Affairs of New Mexico and also the Coalition of Stop Violence Against Native Women, and had asked if we were going to be doing anything in honor of Emily and to also continue to raise awareness for Emily. I found out about Emily through my daughter.
Got good visual, audio.
I have an 11 and a 12-year-old daughter who have access to TikTok, and this is how I got my news. Unfortunately, this is how we continue to hear about the violence taking place against our young women and our girls. And we want to honor Emily. We want to stand in solidarity with her family, with our San Carlos Apache Nation, and with all of you. We know that this impacts so many of us. It really warms my heart to see so many of you here on a Friday evening when we could be doing something else. But you decide to come here, you all traveled here, and it's so powerful.
Thank you, Sean.
I stand before you with a full heart, honored to share space with each of you tonight as we come together to honor the life of Emily Pike and raise awareness for the crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. Emily was a daughter, a sister, a friend, and a relative. I'm sure, and I know deep in my heart, that she was loved deeply as we all love our own daughters. And her light touched the lives of many. While we mourn the absence of yet another young girl, 14, we also celebrate her life, her kindness, her strength, and the love she must have shared with others. Tonight we gather to remember her, to speak her name, and to reaffirm our commitment to justice for her and for all stolen relatives. The crisis of MMIWG is not just a statistic. It is a devastating reality that too many Indigenous families face. Native women, girls, and Two-Spirit relatives are taken from us at alarming rates. And yet, their cases too often go unheard, uninvestigated, and unresolved. This is a systemic issue rooted in the ongoing violence and erasure of our communities. But we refuse to be silent. We stand here today as cycle breakers, as protectors and warriors for justice. We demand action and we demand accountability. We demand that our women and girls be seen, be valued, and be protected. We do this not just in memory of Emily, but in honor of all of those who have been taken too soon. I'm also just arriving from Santa Fe, where I was invited by the family of Deanna Suazo, who also was murdered in Taos Pueblo in 2021. It was a heavy day for me, and my heart is broken. My heart is broken for Deanna, for Emily, and so many other women and girls who have gone missing and have been taken too soon. To Emily's family, we hold you in our hearts. Your grief is shared by a whole community that stands with you in love and in solidarity. And to everyone here tonight, let us carry Emily's name forward, not just in sorrow, but in action. Let us uplift her story and the stories of so many others. Let us advocate, educate, and fight for the future where no Indigenous family has to suffer this pain. Because we are still here.
Moderators,
our
block
voices
out the
are
rude
strong,
people, please.
and we will never stop speaking the names of our stolen sisters. Emily, we honor you, we remember you, and we will never stop fighting for justice. Hurtke, thank you.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, in memory of Emily Pike and the stolen relatives, missing murdered Indigenous women.
Hi everyone, thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm Vanetta Samuel. I did reach out to the organization and hopes to get something done here in New Mexico for Emily. I myself am a Hamish tribal member. My blood also ties from the ancestral lands of Pecos Nation. And this news was heartbreaking to me. It really impacted me. For one, you know, I'm a mom. I have daughters as well. So it impacted me a lot. I did write down a few things to say. But again, I wanted just to thank you all for coming out tonight. I called upon my community of communities to not only offer strength and healing in Emily's honor, but most importantly to demand justice for Emily and serve as a reminder that Native lives matter too. This story may have not gotten the exposure that it needs, and most of us know why. I won't say why, but with that said, I do want to share some statistics. That it is a known fact that Native women are 10 times more at risk to violence than any other race. The Urban Indian Health reports that murder is the third leading cause of death among Native women. In 2016, it was reported that over 5,700 missing reports of Native women were made, but only 11 total were logged in to the National Missing Persons Database. 11 out of 5,700 missing reports of Native women. ABC 15 Arizona News also reported in 2024 that the Center for the Rights of Abused Children estimated 55 foster children go missing daily in the United States. With that said, we do know part of Emily's story.
Appreciate that accountability now.
She was last seen on January 27th. When she left the group home she was living at in Mesa, Arizona. It's been said that evening there was a church group at the home that could have been a distraction, so Emily wasn't noticed. My question is, who saw her but didn't say anything. There was no alert, no pursuit. She didn't just vanish into thin air. Someone had to have seen her. And no cameras in this group home, no security. Emily's whole life and well-being was in that home's responsibility, and still no persons of interest in this case. There seems to be no accountability either, because Mesa Police says it's the group home's duty to contact the case manager. Case manager said it's their duty to notify authorities. In this case, Emily was in the custodial care of the San Carlos Apache Tribal Services. The Arizona DCS does require notification of a missing child within a day of receiving runaway status. However, this does not extend to cases in tribal social services. Emily, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to hold back emotions and read. There is quite a bit of back and forth between the agencies that were supposed to lawfully provide Emily with the support and guidance that she needed and deserved. It's not fair at all. There was a statement by Anika Robinson, the president of the nonprofit that was giving services to Emily. She stated that the group home had a bit of a history with, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She did state that they do see a lot of runaways with the youth that they have been helping. She says, in her own words, too often we see children placed out of their homes fleeing. What are they fleeing from, and why are they fleeing so often? This brings up a big issue to me, a big issue that I have heard with human trafficking of people that have required mental services. That's a question that needs to be addressed also. What's happening to our Native people that are asking for help? Emily didn't deserve any of this. Emily deserved to have had the agencies that she was in custody of give her the meaningful treatment and rehabilitation in order for her behavioral concerns to be effectively addressed and properly treated. I will say this, Emily was in the system and the system failed her. Emily deserved better. Say her name. Emily Pike. Thank you.
Kawatsi Haupa. My name is Angel Charlie. I'm a citizen of the Pueblo of Laguna. I'm also Navajo and Zuni. And I'm a first-time senator for the state of New Mexico, representing 5 tribal sovereign nations in our Santa Fe state capital. I join you this evening as the previous executive director of the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women. And what brought me to this organization nearly 10 years ago was the loss of Ashlyn Mike. Nearly 10 years ago, Ashlyn was lost, and the coalition put on a candlelight vigil for her. And like many of you, I was hurt, I was angry, I didn't know what to do with these emotions. This was one of our babies. Emily is one of our babies. And so I began volunteering with this organization, and I didn't know it at the time, but this would begin a journey for me of advocacy, of calling on accountability, and eventually running for office. During my time with the coalition, I did so much advocating about the injustice of murdered and missing Indigenous relatives. It's not just our girls, it's our men and our boys as well. The jurisdictional complexities, systemic racism, and historic lack of funding into our communities have led us to these moments. So when I ran for office, it was important for me to have policy that meets the needs of our communities. Along with Representative Abeda, who is also the first Native American woman to represent her district, we sponsored the Turquoise Alert System, Senate Bill 41. And it was passed through the House and the Senate this year, unanimously through all chambers, to create an alert system for when our relatives go missing.
Appreciate y'all being here.
Because it matters, our lives matter. And throughout that journey, I was asked, well, won't this overwhelm the system? Won't there be too many alerts going out and people will opt out of the alert system? And to people who needed to understand the complexity to the police that I was talking to, I told them maybe the larger community will understand what we're actually dealing with. If there is an alert going off right now, we have over 200 missing Native people in the state of New Mexico. Over 200. And so I was proud to sponsor that piece of legislation that needs to be signed into law right now by the governor. And so if you're angry, if you're hurt, if there are things you want to do, one of the things that I would ask us to do this evening after we leave here is to call Michelle Lujan Grisham and ask for her to sign that Senate bill into law so that we join the states of Washington, California, and Colorado in establishing an alert system that meets the needs of our communities. So we don't have these cases. In Colorado, the 17 alerts that were issued in the first year, 16 of those people were found within days and safely. The alert system will work, and we need it signed into law because we cannot continue to have Deannas, Ashlyns, Emily's, so that when we gather in joy, in peace, in building community. I am so sorry that we have to gather like this again tonight, nearly 10 years later, over the loss of a little girl who did not deserve this. And I pray and I hope for the times when we gather that are not about the ways we died, but that are about the ways that we lived. Those stories deserve to be told and echoed. Thank you to the coalition for gathering us here tonight.
All right, so we have our staff passing around candles for everyone, and hopefully they'll stay lit. We'll go around with lighters as well.
Emily Pike was a San Carlos Apache, 14-year-old girl that was unalived and dismembered near Globe, Arizona. And this is what this gathering is about, a vigil. So I appreciate all that support this channel, being here. Brandon, keeping the swine. Quick Trinity, Heavy Feather. Crofty, keeping the swine line. Aussie, Brooke Cameron. Bryce Gardner. See you here, Jody. Moderators, if anybody's being disrespectful, please block them. Appreciate it. There's not a time to be disrespecting over someone that's passed, and especially as me being a Native American myself. This is why I'm here. I'm here supporting my indigenous people, trying to spread the awareness. Appreciate it, Nathan. See, they're lighting the candles. This is Albuquerque, New Mexico. Well, then Carrie. How's the visual and audio? Yeah, can you give me a 1 in the chat if we got good visual and audio? Appreciate the feedback, y'all. So we got local news here. Fentanyl Floyd. Right, Fentanyl Floyd. Vigil. For Emily Pike and other missing and murdered indigenous women, people. Right, Fentanyl Floyd, nobody caught yet. So the murderer is still out there on the loose. And she was dismembered and put into trash bag.
What we're going to be doing right now is I'm going to be offering a memorial song, not only for Emily, but for a lot of our people that we have lost, and for some of you that are in mourning. We have a sage up here. If any of you want to come and smudge yourself, this is a good way to leave everything here. You know, a lot of the times as indigenous people, we say what we hear here, what we see here, we want to leave it here in a good way. You know, we don't want you all going home with any kind of bad emotional feelings, even though it is an emotional event. You know, so if any of you want to, after the song is sung, to come up and smudge yourself, cleanse yourself, and get that good feeling to go home. And, you know, I want to thank each and every one of you too. Like they said, you all could be doing something, you know, but in our hearts and our minds, you know, we're all good people. We're here for a reason, and that's to respect and to be humble, but most of all, to be as one. Thank you.
Hey,
Kirk. Thank you so much, Steve and Toya. That was so beautiful. It was so moving. I want to open up the mic to anyone who wishes to speak. You may come up now. I wanted to give community and relatives the opportunity, if they wanted to say anything or wish to share anything, you may come forward.
My name is Daisy Bluestar. I'm from the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Relatives Task Force of Colorado. We worked on passing the Senate Bill 22150, which opened up an office for missing and murdered Indigenous relatives. The reason that I come up here is because we have children who go across from New Mexico to Colorado. We have relatives who travel amongst Indian country, and we have situations where our children are being trafficked, where our children are being harmed when they cross the boundaries and go into other jurisdictions. So I come up here because I want to open this door, and I want to plant the seed here that we start working together to bring our children home, our women, our boys, our men, that we help each other out, because when we leave our reservations or when we cross into other jurisdictions, we never know what's going to happen. We never know who's going to protect us. We never know who's going to take it serious. Many times law enforcement, they'll be out there and they won't put in the alert, the missing Indigenous person alert. They won't put them in. And that's what it's there for. We have 2 hours to find our youth, and we have 8 hours where the police have to put it in for an adult. But we have those officers still who refuse to help us in Indian country. Like it was stated earlier, we're at the bottom and we're fighting for ourselves right now. So I want to ask, that you guys keep an eye out. Let's help each other out. Let's introduce each other to each other. Let's help, because the more that we come together, the stronger we are. And law enforcement can't hold us down, because we can cross. We can cross, and we can make things happen for each other. So with that being said, I want to just respect and say thank you to everybody who put this on, and thank them for allowing us to come forward and use our voices. Tagoyak.
Thank you. I think we have another speaker, and if you want to come forward and speak, we can form a line here up front on this side. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Karen Watson, and my sister Dion Thomas was murdered in Gallup, New Mexico in 2015. And I want to thank you this evening for coming and supporting this little girl who was taken from us too soon. And like Emily, my sister Dion was murdered, and we're still seeking justice for her. And so it does my heart a lot of good to see the community come together and support one another, like the lady just stated. Us coming together as a community, we can't be ignored when we do this and we show up for one another and we help each other out. That's how we were raised. That's how I was raised, is you keep showing up, and you don't be afraid to use your voice. And so it's so wonderful. I'm thankful for the woman who reached out to the Bureau and asked them what they were going to do for Emily. And we should expect people to do their jobs, and we should expect people to look out for us and to want good for us. And so I would just ask that you continue to show up for these events. When you see something on social media, repost it, like it, share it, so that the word can get out there, whether it's a missing woman, a murdered woman, a child who's gone, because it doesn't just affect us individually, it affects the whole community, and we have a strong community when we show up. And so I just want to thank you all for your time, thank the coalition for putting this on, and I look forward to working together, everybody working together so that we can be heard. Thank you.
Does any, yes.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Reyes DeVore. I'm from the Pueblo of Jemez, and I currently serve as the program director with Pueblo Action Alliance. And I want to say thank you all for coming this evening and, sending your energy to our young relative who, lost her life way too soon. I also want to say thank you to the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women, because they're one of the longest standing organizations that I am aware of when it comes to advocating for MMIWR work. And over the years, this work has definitely had a big place in my heart in wanting to provide and be a resource to our community members. And I used to serve on the Community Impact Subcommittee when the MMIWR task force used to sit under the New Mexico Indian Affairs Department. And through that space and being in community with many of you that are here tonight, but also with people who are a part of the coalition as well, I learned a lot in that time and how to engage and cultivate different spaces so that way people can come together to be in a space where we are cultivating like healthy and safe, vulnerable spaces where it can offer healing to us. And I wanted to, just share and uplift that piece, because one of the things that I am like grateful in a weird way for is that through this work and in partnership with the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women, there's a workshop that I've been able to offer to community members, and it's called the Land and Body Mapping Workshop. And I've done that multiple times with this organization and with families that are here today that have also shared how that particular workshop has provided them steps to healing and steps to growing and healing their traumas that they're facing as they're missing a loved one or searching for them or have lost that loved one. And this particular workshop does continue to offer different ways that we can navigate that healing through our bodies and move forward to continue to be healthy and to show up for one another. And so I just want to share that with you all too, because if anybody is interested in that particular workshop, come see me. And I can share some more information, because again, I just want to be a resource to community members and see how I can continue to help people. Another thing I wanted to also share is that my community in Jemez is, an impacted community. As you see these signs here, Linnell Tafoya and Sean Toya are women from Jemez that lost their lives, and their mothers are coming together to put a MMIWR event in Jemez, one of our first ones. It's going to be on Monday, May 5th, and when it hits close to home, you just want to continue to support and provide that type of healing for your community members. And I just want to uplift their names and our families that are impacted in Jemez. And I was invited to be a part of the planning committee for that. And I just want to share that with you all too, to continue to come out to different events that advocate for bringing awareness to MMIWR, because unfortunately the larger mainstream media doesn't want to uplift our stories, and so it's definitely up to us to continue to do that too. So I just wanted to share that with you all, and I give a lot of gratitude to all the people that have been a part of the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women over the years, and the team now too. So thank you.
Reyes.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Vanjie Randall Shorty, and I am mother of Zachariah Juwan Shorty. I'm from Kirtland, New Mexico, and my son Zachariah went missing for 4 days before he was found murdered. July 21st is going to be 5 years, and his murder remains unsolved at the moment. I came out today, in support of Emily's family and everybody else here who is still looking for their loved one or has a loved one who is missing. We need to come together as a community and
continue to support each other. I'm also a part of the Missing and Murdered Diné Relatives Coalition, and I'm an advocate through them too. And I have resources that I can share if anybody wants it. But I want to thank the coalition for putting this together. And you know, this is a strong team here. They support the community. They host events, trainings, conferences, very informative information. I just want to thank you all. And the Coalition of the Missing and Murdered Diné Relatives also, you know, supports families out there with burial services, with families who are trying to organize walks or memorials and such. So you can also visit our website as well. My prayers are with each and every one of you. Don't forget to take care of yourself, because this is heavy. This is heavy, especially when you can relate to families. And my heart is with each and every one of you. At the end of the day, you know, just don't forget to hug your loved ones, and don't forget, you know, to teach your children to watch your surroundings, and just look out for each other. And many blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you again.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Deandra Reed. I'm the Land and Body Violence Coordinator with the Coalition. I do a lot of the MMIWR work. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who came out today to support us and to support Emily Pike and her family. It's a really hard thing to grasp, but to see all of you here with us and to be in solidarity with us, it really means a lot. And I just wanted to thank everybody for taking time out of your day to come, taking time out of your evening to come be with us. Thank you.
Welcome, Deandra.
There's Basoio.
My name's Lori. I'm from San Ildefonso, and I want to say I really appreciate the coalition, because over 40 years ago, my sister went missing, and she was found, and of course it wasn't a good outcome. And there was nothing like this back then, which makes you feel much more alone. And I really want to thank the coalition and thank everybody for coming, because this has been happening for a long time, way too long. And it's about time that we gather as a community, tell your children that if their friend goes missing, to tell you there's nothing wrong with that. If we can get the younger ones to keep an eye out on each other, maybe we can prevent even one person from going missing. And that one person is more important. So those of you who have teens, even younger kids, let them know that it's very important to keep track of their friends and make sure that if their friend goes missing or doesn't show up for school, that they tell you. And, you know, an alert can go out and maybe they'll be found before something horrible happens. I just want to thank everybody for coming, and thank you to the coalition.
Thank you. Okay, we still have time if there's anyone else who would like to speak. Also, I have a small announcement. We do have some MMIWR masks that are available for community, so if you want to take one, you may come up to our table here and take as many as you like. I would just like to say, HERTCAM, thank you so much to the Crime Victim Reparation Commission who donated all of the candles to the organization. So thank you so much. And for being here also and helping. We cannot do this work alone, so it really does take a village to work in partnership so that we can continue to create awareness. Also, just thank you to the media for also being here and capturing the stories. It is so important to continue to raise awareness. Like many of us had mentioned during our conversations here together tonight, it's sad that we have to come together like this, and we continue to do this, but we're not going to stay silent. We're going to continue to show up for community. We're going to show up for our loved ones. And so stay engaged with the coalition, stay engaged with Pueblo Action Alliance, with Three Sisters Collective, with the Missing Murdered Dene Coalition, MMDRC. It's really important to know what's happening. A lot of the time we don't hear about our missing loved ones on the news. We know that. I'm so grateful that they're here tonight, and I'm also grateful that community shows up for each other on social media. That's how we find out what's happening around the communities and nationwide when we know that a loved one has gone missing. It's through social media often. And I see so many of my partners, my sisters here with me tonight, with all of us tonight, and it makes me so proud to see you all. One of the, a few things that are coming up for the organization with the coalition, we are going to be hosting a May 4th event, and it is going to be in Santa Fe at the Santa Fe Plaza. It is going to be in partnership with Amanda Erickson, who is an amazing producer. I'm probably saying that wrong. Media production. She has an amazing documentary in the works in honor of Dion, and it's very, very powerful. I had the honor of previewing it before to give some feedback. So please come out and join us on May 4th in Santa Fe. We will be sharing that on social media and through our news very, very soon on our newsletters. So please join us. It's so wonderful to be with you all this evening. May you all journey back home safely to your communities. May you continue to advocate and show up and continue to have these really hard and really difficult conversations that are needed. We love you, we care for you all, and we hope to see you. Thank you so much for being here. May you journey back home safely. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Those of you who had some of our signs, if you want to just bring them up so you can return them to us. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, you don't have that one there.
No, I just have Kayla.
One of them says, Carito with me. Stop now. Or Dirt Farmer, unindoctrinated. Appreciate putting down some information there. John Eagle. Crafty. CSSC. Village, the Delta. Rachel McCraw. Wanda Mice. Appreciate you guys being here. Brooke Cameron. Oz Mason. 2420. Permission to chat in the meantime, honey girl. I'm bored. But yeah, I just come to spread the awareness. This is Albuquerque, New Mexico. Appreciate you guys all joining. Jose G. show me audit, so come in. Hey, Jose. Emily Pike, yeah, she was a 14-year-old San Carlos Apache teenager who was in a home. I don't know what type of home, but she was staying in a home that where she, I think January is when she went missing, and they found after she went missing, I think it was about a month later, they found her remains in body bags, dismembered on the side of the road there by near Globe, Arizona. Friends and Co. Come in. They're handing out masks here.
Mostly burnt candles.
Oh, okay.
Did you give me one already?
Yeah, and I have the pamphlet that they didn't have a lot to give.
All right. So I appreciate you guys joining. So this is masks that they're handing out. Missing murdered Indigenous women's mask. There's the Zoe and Leo. Probably some of you guys probably know who those two are. Let's see.
Where you go? Where you go? I got you.
Johnny Bravo.
No.
You're right there. You can interview her.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Charlotte Gonzalez.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, is there some, you do a lot of...
Yeah, we can come wherever.
Yeah, anyway, if you just wanted to let everybody know what would you like to...
Yeah. So my name is Charlotte Gonzalez. I'm with the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women. I'm the Policy and Advocacy Director. And the event today is really just to honor our MMIW relatives, women, boys, children that have all been taken too soon. We really are just trying to raise awareness. This happens every day. Native women are at 5 times a higher rate of going missing or being killed, and this continues to be an issue in our communities that we face. We're also dealing with, of course, all this hostile administration stuff, which makes it really hard to be heard and be seen with issues like this, and we just hope that in the future people see this as an issue and that are willing to share this story worldwide.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. I'll give you my channel here in a bit, and I got a lot of followers that are following me across the United States, sometimes on the other side of the world. So appreciate the interview.
What was your name?
My name is Justin.
Justin?
Yeah.
Charlotte. Nice to meet
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna shut my live down here. Appreciate y'all joining. All right, guys. And I'm out.
Yeah, she's around.